Oh my goodness. What is wrong with them?
I know. I was so
Oh my
disappointed.
goodness.
So
What?
it
Really?
was it. They said they didn't have the appointment, so what could I do?
So we rushed for
Rushed for
nothing.
nothing. Exactly.
Wow. Oh my
Exactly.
goodness.
So,
Dan, I have this new tea from Morocco. It's mint tea, and I want you to try it.
okay,
Yes.
that's great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Just looking at you, kid.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.
I like the real leaves,
Oh, yeah, it's good.
Tastes
Is
even
there
better.
more in there?
Yes,
Very
absolutely.
good. Okay. And I have some nuts here if you want.
Oh, thank you. Hello, I'm Kukuwa from Kukuwa Fitness, and tonight I'm here with my girl Diane, my modification station. I'll tell you about that later. Diane, and we are having tea time. Okay, tea time for girls, Diane. Yeah,
Sounds
what you
great for
think?
me.
Awesome. We have Moroccan tea. I went to Morocco, and Moroccan tea is amazing. Having it there is one thing, but bringing it with you, it's the leaves, the nice dried leaves, and so I put them in my teapot and put hot water brewed over it, and Diane and I are enjoying our Moroccan tea.
It's
Yes,
delicious.
delicious. Yeah.
Here's to you.
So it's so good to have you over for tea time. The
Thank you.
reason is because we're always moving our boomsies.
That's true.
And
So this
so
is a treat just to
this is
sit
a
and talk.
treat just to chill and
Well,
not be moving the boomsy, right?
sometimes we take a walk, sometimes we have dinner, but this is like
No,
elegant, just sitting here having
this is
tea.
girlfriends' night out.
So I want to tell them how I met you.
Okay, go ahead.
So I went to a resort in Mexico, which was fabulous. And at this resort, they had had somebody who did African dance. And this woman was phenomenal. All these middle-aged and older women were coming to the class, excited, enthusiastic, sweating, laughing, having the best time. And I thought, oh my God, she is the greatest ever.
Absolutely. And when I met Diane, walked through my class, I met her, and I'm telling you, when we introduced ourselves and I found out we were neighbors, we sort of clicked so quickly, not even
Yes,
because we were neighbors.
yes,
There's your nature and my nature just sort of clicked.
yes.
And I found out that she's also into health, and so am I. And I admire this woman. This woman is 72 years young, all of you. 72 years young. And you all know I'm 65 years young as well, but I am behind her. I have to catch up. So that was like, wow, yes, I have met a big sister and I love Diane. So we've been friends ever since.
Thank you. Well, I am not in your league in terms of your commitment, which is why I'm the modification station, because I'm at a little, or maybe a lot lower pace or slower pace, but I believe, as I always have, no matter how little you're moving, as long as you keep moving, every day, move, do something, exercise, stretch, do something, so that you make it so much fun and you make it so enjoyable. That's perfect for me.
Yes. Well, Kukuwa Fitness is all about the enjoyment, the fun, and the joy we bring to people.
Right.
If you are doing Kukuwa dance and you're not smiling or laughing from within, then something's wrong.
Yeah.
And you just fit right in with us.
Thanks.
Because I go at 100 miles per hour,
Yeah.
and so I needed a modification station within my age group. And here came Diane, and it's her middle name. Diane, modification station.
And I'm proud of it. Proud of it.
Yes.
Okay.
So, Diane, what inspired you to embark into a healthy fitness lifestyle?
You know, whatever I would do, say I would go to the airport and I'd have to walk 15 minutes to get to the gate. I thought, I am so lucky I could walk. I see all these people, not able to.
Right.
And I thought, whatever I need to do to keep myself fit,
Yes.
I don't have to be extreme. I don't have to be outrageous. I just have to keep myself going. And for me, if I do it every day, first thing in the morning,
Yes.
then I know I'm covered.
There you go.
So,
And I do it early in the morning as well. I've been an athlete all my life, actually. So for
so
me,
how did you get inspired?
I've been an athlete all my life. When I was the age of 2, my mother told me a story. When she was carrying me in her stomach, she felt a lot of rumbling going on. So she said to my father, I think this is a boy.
Mm,
This boy is so active. And so I have an older sister. So they said, well, maybe a girl and a boy. But then I popped out and it was a girl. And my mom, right away at the age of 1, she said, this little girl is very fidgety.
right.
But at the age of 2, I would hear, because I grew up in
Uh,
Ghana,
mm,
and I would hear drumming and I would
mm,
run. I would just make my way to where the drummers were and just start dancing. And I did little vanishing acts from the age of 2 to 5. My mother said, if you're looking for Kukuwa, listen for the drums, and you can find her in the center with all these people
oh,
around her.
so it's always
It's
been,
always been my
that's great.
DNA.
That's so great.
So yes, so I've been dancing, moving my boomsy for a very long time.
That's great.
Run track for my school,
Wow.
11.9, and I was a good athlete.
That's
But
super
I
great.
believe in, I can't slow down.
Yes.
I've got to make myself.
Yes. Yes. Well, I can't speed up.
I know, right?
I mean, I just feel like just do something, whether it's taking a bike ride, whether it's going for a swim, whether it's going for a walk, something.
Yes.
And the dance just makes it even more fun.
Right.
But to me, that's the important thing, is to do something every day.
And I agree with you. I second that. Doing something every day.
Yeah.
Yeah. The older we get, though, I'm realizing that we have to stretch.
Right.
When I was younger, stretching was not my thing. I've always been on the go, on the go, on the go. And then as I grew older,
Yeah.
I realized that my muscles and joints and bones needs the stretching.
Right.
So now I'm stretching more.
Right. I probably should do more strength training myself.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yes. It's a balance.
Right.
The cardio and the strength training go hand in hand.
Yeah.
So you cannot just do cardio and leave the strength training out, or vice versa.
Right.
You need both to balance the entire body.
But one of the things I love about what we do together when we do your videos
Yes.
is being outdoors and enjoying the breeze,
Yes.
enjoying the wonderful
Yes.
feeling. I mean, I'm not interested in going into a gym and working out in the gym, but just being outdoors and enjoying that.
Exactly. The music is motivating.
Oh, the music is
And we
fabulous.
feel so free. We're yelling and screaming and
Yes.
laughing all at the same time.
Yes.
And it's, like you said, it is amazing and it's fun.
Right.
And I'm so glad that we're reaching so many people out there who are moving their boomsies today. Others.
When you ask, like, what's the secret to motivating
Right.
or to fitting it in?
Yes.
That's why it has to be first thing in the morning.
Yes.
I remember I used to wake up, I don't know, 7:30, 8 o'clock, and there was a woman, and she said to me, you could wake up earlier than that. And I thought, I guess I can't. I'm a morning person anyway, so it wasn't a big stretch. And now I'll get up and I'll meet somebody 6:15 in the morning to take a walk. She walks for 6 miles, and it's, it's a 2-hour walk. I
Yes.
can't believe I'm
That you're
doing
doing
it.
it.
But you get it done first thing in the day,
Yes.
and it's over, and it's
Yes.
great. So
Yes.
to me, that's the big motivation, because if you wait until you have time or until you feel up to it,
It gets difficult.
no, you got to get out of bed and do it. That's
Yes,
for me. That's
exactly.
what works for me.
Mine is also likewise, but I get up in the morning, I do my 2-hour worship, my meditation, Bible reading, praying, and all that. Then I get on my workout.
Uh-huh.
But I've got to get that workout in the morning.
Yes.
Because I've noticed that when work sets in or the rest of the day sets
That's
in,
right.
it's gone. I
That's
can't
right.
seem to catch it, to the time to do it.
Right.
So it is the best time to do it.
The other thing that helps is doing it with somebody. For me, I don't know if you partner, but if I know I'm meeting somebody at 6:15 at Starbucks, they're waiting for me there, so I'm going.
Yes.
So I think that helps also, having a
It
little
really
motivation.
does. No, it really does. When my girls are home, we do it together. When I'm by myself, I actually do have a guy who has become a personal trainer of mine
Oh.
because he motivates me. Let's do it. Come on, let's go.
Oh, that's
and if
great.
I want to stop at maybe two reps, 3 reps, no, you have 4 more to go. Push
Oh.
it. Come on. You
Wow.
can do it. And I need that.
I can't imagine someone pushing you. I don't know what he'd do with me. Kill me.
I know, right?
That's amazing.
So yes, but you do need somebody to do it with. And again, it's become a lifestyle for me.
Yes.
So even if there is nobody at all, my body feels like it's missing something, and I've got to do even 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I've got to do.
Oh, I agree.
Mine is I've got to speak about. Now that I'm in my 60s, when I was younger, there was no excuses, no feeling, I'm feeling a certain way. I can't move today, I can't move there. As you know, I moved my BOOMBSEY with Cassandra, Samantha, and Cree, my daughters, and they're younger. And there are days when I get up in the morning and I'm a little stiff.
Yes.
And they're like, Ma, you're not going down like you need to. And I'm finding myself, I've got to stretch before I do it. They might not. They go right into it. And it's age. Age it is. You can't really fight it.
Yes.
And so I'm realizing that the older I'm getting, I need to take time to stretch so that I can do it. Another one is balance. There are times when we have to stand on one leg to do something, and I feel myself sort of shaking it because I'm not stable. And then I'm realizing, okay, Kukuwa, you've got to stretch. It's all back to the stretch.
Yeah.
And then I can get my balance in there. So those are some of my difficulties that I think is important for me to stretch.
Right. So I have two things that come to mind in terms of challenges. One is, I went with my husband, I thought I would try pickleball. I fell. At 72 years old,
Yes.
you don't repair that quickly. It took months. It wasn't anything broken. It was a bruise.
Yes.
But it just takes a longer time to recover.
Yes.
And I was shocked. It's like I can't bend down the whole way. It just took time. And then the other thing that happened, you were really significant about this. I'm sure I thanked you for this many, many times. But after taking those long walks in the morning,
Yes.
I go ahead and sit in my car. Then I go to my office, I sit at the computer, and after I get up, I'm stiff.
Yeah.
I'm stiff. I don't remember being stiff at 20, at 30.
No.
I get up like a little old lady. And I was like, what is this? So I was telling you about this one day, and you shared with me some stretch exercises to do daily. You said, I want you to do these 5 exercises every single day.
That's correct.
And I did.
Wow.
And to me, it was a miracle because whatever you told me to do, I did.
Yes.
And now I was fine.
And there it is.
And the stretching worked.
Wow. I call them neuro stretches. And I think we did one of our workouts. I showed it in there.
A little bit.
But we could get deep into that. But those neuro stretches are just magic.
It was
They're
magic.
amazing.
I kept on telling people, this is one of the most amazing things that's ever happened.
It really is, yes.
So,
and I actually got them from some neuroscientists who taught me.
Wow.
And I'm so grateful they taught me because I apply it every day.
Yes. So I don't have the stiffness.
There you go.
Because of that.
Right.
But sometimes I just do the exercises because they were fun to do.
Fun.
So,
yes.
So those are the challenges.
How's your tea?
The tea is delicious.
Delicious, isn't it?
That Moroccan tea, it's delish.
And when they pour it down, they take it all the way up here, and then you see the tea just coming down. I'm like, you guys are experts.
That's
You're doing this.
That's great. Look what this says. Tea is therapy.
Yeah.
Being with a girlfriend talking, that's therapy.
That is therapy. Yes. I'm enjoying our conversation.
Of course.
Yes.
Me too. So I work at a university. And the mental health issue, particularly among younger students, is huge. A lot of anxiety, a lot of depression, and it saddens me that this is impacting so many people. For me, getting outside
Yes.
and moving and taking a walk and
Yes.
getting kind of outside of your own head
Yes.
for a while is the best therapy.
Absolutely.
That is the best therapy instead of dwelling and
Yes.
ruminating on
Yes.
negative thinking.
Yes.
So I'm a big believer in trying to help yourself in terms
Yes.
of personal growth.
Right.
And to me, exercise is very much correlated
Yes.
to taking care of your mental health.
I agree with you. I couldn't agree better. I'm telling you, I have a story for you.
Let's hear it.
So what happened during the pandemic? Because we were doing this really out there where people were locked inside.
Oh, right.
And a lot of people were going through mental stuff, and people were really not happy because they were not allowed outside. And we were going outside because we were shooting from a tropical, aspect. And here we were bringing the sun, bringing the water, bringing the trees,
Yes.
nature to people. The comments we were getting was, "Oh my God, you have saved my life.
Wow.
Oh my God, I was in the mental institution. I checked in, and they had the TV playing, and you guys came on, and I started smiling." Started feeling my whole body going, wow, why do I feel like tension is released? And I started moving my body with you all, and I got hooked. And I started doing it. Within not even a week to 2 weeks, they discharged me.
Oh, my.
They said, you don't need to be here any longer. I came to be myself. That was one incident. Another incident was a woman who was losing it with her children,
Yes.
screaming at them, and just, she couldn't handle being in with them the whole time. But then she found us again on TV and started doing the workout with us, and her children joined her. And there was joy and happiness resounding in their home once again, because we bring joy with the music, the enthusiasm,
Right.
the motivation. So this mental health is huge. And the last but not the least is a woman who had a car accident, and she mentally lost it because she was a dancer. So she couldn't dance anymore. She ended up in a wheelchair. She was from waist down. And so she found us on, again, social media, and then through YouTube, she started, doing this, and found our platform. And she said, we gave her second chance in life. She felt now like, I don't want to die. I want to live.
Oh,
I have a
beautiful.
purpose for living now. Look at this. I can dance again. To me, that just
Yeah, that's a beautiful story.
steals my heart, melts my heart.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's beautiful.
So.
Yeah. When you can't get started, when you're not that motivated, when it seems overwhelming, like it seems like too big of a challenge, how do you take that first step?
Exactly.
So to me, in the beginning, when you told me I was going to be the modification station, I thought, well, that's nice, but I didn't recognize how important it was to model for people. You don't have to do it as crazy and as strong and as wild as you are and as fast. I mean, you're amazing.
Oh, thank you.
You could do it half that pace and you're still getting a workout. So I think that is always one of the things that helps me is I like to say, if she could do it, I could do it.
There you go. There
So-
you go. And in our case, because we do shoot different segments of the workout,
Right.
we have one called Alive in 5.
Uh-huh.
And Alive in 5 is the one you want to start with.
Yes.
So if you've never done it before and you want to start with Alive in 5. You know what it means? It means be alive, moving your BOOMBSEY for only 5 minutes every day for 30 days.
Right.
And when you start only 5 minutes, Diane, can you imagine 5 minutes is not long?
Right.
And when you can just move your BOOMBSEY in 5 minutes, get a sweat,
Yes.
and you see your breathing and stamina build, you're
Building.
like, wow, I like this.
Yes.
And then it just keeps building.
That's a
And
great
before
idea.
you know it, you can go from 5 to 15,
Right.
15 to 20, 30.
Right.
But you've got to start somewhere. And that Alive in 5
Right. I love
is the
that.
best way.
I love that.
Yes.
I'm all about ease and simplicity.
Yes.
And so that
Yes,
calls
that one
out to
is
me.
Alive in 5, that
Yeah,
one.
yeah, that's a
Yes, yes,
great,
yes.
great arrangement.
Yes,
That's a
yes,
good idea.
Absolutely.
I teach a class at the university, and one of the things that I did, because I want all of the students to know how great you are, is I invited you to
did.
come and do a whole session
did.
of dancing with
Yes.
them. And they loved
Yeah.
it. They loved it. I think that sometimes people have a little set vision of, oh, I could only like go out dancing, but they don't realize you can incorporate it all the time,
Yes.
at any time in your life.
Yes, absolutely. I've taught in the universities for 12 years, and my class was African Dance and Culture, 3 credits, an elective. And my students, I had 100 students register for my class. So what they did for me is they divided my class into 3.
Yes.
And that way it wouldn't be so many people. But I had a live drummer drumming for each class.
Wow.
And I would teach them 10 dances from the different regions of Africa.
Yeah.
And they would choose 3 that they would write about the dances and they would perform for their final.
Oh, that's so
I
great.
mean, my students loved it, loved
Yes.
it, loved it, loved it.
Yeah.
I even had a student who was an engineer major. He came through my class and he said, Professor, I'm an engineer. I don't know that I can move my BOOMBSEY. I said, let's give it a try. At the end of the semester, he said, I love your class. I'll take it again.
Oh, that's great.
So I really think,
They used to have PE as part of the requirements, even at the, because when I went to college,
yes,
I remember that's how I got introduced to yoga.
Right.
Was because I took a little yoga class there, but I don't think they have that anymore, and it's a shame because exposure to different types of exercise,
yes.
you'll find something that's the right fit for you.
Yes,
So
yes, absolutely. And even in the middle school and high school, I've even taught elementary school,
Yes.
but African dance.
Yes, that's great.
It is something that a lot of children enjoy.
Uh-huh,
Yeah, I
I
think
can
the
see that.
music and the movements
Right.
coupled together gives them that excitement.
yes,
Yeah.
that, and I don't know why, but a lot of older people, particularly women,
Yes.
think they can't go in the water.
Right.
And they can't get their hair wet. What's that about?
I don't know.
There's nothing more glorious
Yes.
than jumping in the ocean.
We do it.
I know, it's fantastic. So that would be, it's a myth that, you know, once you're over a certain age, you don't go in the ocean. I don't know where that came from, but I don't support that at
No,
all.
I do not either. I think that getting wet
Uh-huh.
is a freedom
Yes,
one
freedom.
has. And you and I have walked the beach many a nights.
Yes.
And we've jumped in the ocean and felt, oh my God, so amazing.
Yeah.
We take showers and go to bed peacefully and we wake
Yeah.
up and say, Dad, how did you sleep? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, no,
It
that's
is a
great.
wonderful feeling. It doesn't matter how old or young you are.
Right.
Everybody needs to experience freedom on the outside.
Right.
They need to go out, even no matter where you are in the world, even if you're not near the beach,
Yes.
the ocean, you
Yes.
can still walk your neighborhood.
Right.
You've just got to go out and walk.
Right.
You've got to go out and breathe some air in.
Right.
You know, you've
Right.
got to clear your lungs. You've got to, feel that. I call it freedom. Once again, I call
I
it
agree
freedom.
with
And I
you.
think everybody should do that, even if they don't have the ocean nearby.
Yeah. So the other thing I like to do is I like to ride my bike.
Oh, yes.
So I'm not a fast rider, but if we go out to dinner tonight,
Yeah.
I'd be happy to hop on my bike and ride up to the restaurant.
Yes.
And that would be another myth. People will, oh, you rode your bike here? You rode your bike here? Like there's something alien about an older woman riding a bicycle.
Yeah, yeah. I think, like you said, it's a myth. When people are older, they think they can't do certain things
Yes.
anymore.
Yes.
Something I've done when I was a little girl or younger, even a teenager, even a young adult, I want to keep doing it. It keeps me younger. I feel like I'm challenging myself. For me, that's me. I'm challenging myself
Yeah.
all the time. So I did it when I was in my 20s. And guess what? I'm doing it when I'm in my 60s.
That's
Yay!
great. Yes.
I feel younger.
Yeah.
I feel motivated and I feel enriched.
So they have these mini triathlons on the Keys. So that means bike riding, swimming, and running.
Oh,
Well, I
nice.
know how to swim and I know how to ride my bike, but I'm not a runner.
Power walk.
So I figured, yeah, power walk. What do I care?
Yes.
So my husband says, you can't just do it. You have to train for it. I said, what do I have to train? So I did it a couple of times, and it's great. Now, am I the last person to cross that finish line? Yes, I am. But guess what? I'm crossing the finish line. There's a lot of people in bed who aren't doing anything at all.
There you go.
So it's all relative.
Yes,
And
yes, it
it's
is.
such fun. It's such
No,
fun.
it is. It is. And I think in my case, also, last but not the least, I've taught older
Yeah.
people, and though we've done it very slowly, they have gotten to love it and appreciate it because in their mind, oh, no, 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 this is not for me.
Right.
You know, in Africa, I have this thing where some of my generation will say, why are you still dancing with your children? You're old now. And I'm like, well, that's what you say. I'm not.
Yeah.
Number one. And number two, when I dance with my children, it makes me feel younger.
Of course.
So why don't you give it a try? And some of them have, and they're like, you know, you're right.
Yeah.
Why did we think it was just for the young?
Yeah,
It's for all of us.
that's great.
So my advice, I want to go on this one. My advice is that being older and doing what we do, eating right, detoxing your body, and exercising keeps you out of the hospital. I say that because we do have to go and check. I check every year. I do a physical, but the doctor says, "Okay, now what are you doing? Your vitals are like a 20-year-old." Remember, I shared that
Yes,
with you.
yes,
What are you
yes.
doing? And I want to encourage anybody out there who is in our age group, 50s, 60s. You have got to take good care of yourself. Who wants to spend their younger but older, as we say, days in the hospital? Now, when you take care of your body correctly, you will not end up sick because you're not going to develop all kinds of ailments. And so, my advice to you is stay healthy, exercise, eat right, detox your body,
Right.
and stay out of the hospital because life is too short and life is so sweet. You do not want to be there. You want to be here. Okay, and Diane, how about you? What is the advice you would give?
I just want to take a highlighter and highlight what you just said because you said it beautifully and you said it perfectly.
Oh.
So I don't have much to add to that. As I said earlier when we were speaking, is probably in my 30s, I said, I just want to keep going so that when I'm 40, 50, 60, 70,
Yes.
80, if somebody said, come on, we have to take a walk and it's a mile, that won't be a big deal. That just, if you just keep doing it, you'll never get to that point that you feel, oh, I could never do that.
Right, right. And you know, I have a last story I want to share with all of you. I travel a lot, you all might know. And at the airport, I had a backpack. I had my 2 suitcases I'm dragging, and I had my and then I had a bag across my chest, and I'm walking it and I'm pulling everything, and I see this woman and she is slowly walking, taking a step, and she goes, "Oh my dear, you're so lucky. You're not old like I am. You are so young." And then I said to her, "I do not know how old you're talking about young, but I'm 65 years old." And she said, "Oh my God, I'm 50."
Oh, wow. Yeah,
So you never know.
you don't.
Yes, you don't. So you and I are doing the right thing, and that's why we're encouraging others is to keep it going,
Right.
no matter what.
Right.
Thank you for joining Tea Time with Cooks and my lovely girlfriend Diane. Yes, yes, yes. Listen, if you have any comments whatsoever, leave them in the comments below, and don't forget, kukuwafitness.com is our website. And don't forget to check lovely Diane and Cooks out on our streaming. It's called Fit and Fab. All right. No matter how young you are at 50 or 60, even 70 or 80, join us and move your BOOMBSEY. My modification station will not let you down because she's got your back, right? All right.
Great.
And tune in for the next episode. You do not want to miss it. See ya. Ciao.